Akademiks can't ride no wave.
Dugg, take some shots at you, and give me 1 second because I want to play the clip, and then I want you to explain what was going on. Give me 1 second, chat. So this is what 42 Dugg said. Chat, give me a second. I gotta unmute it. Where is it at? Wait, here we go.
We don't give a fuck what you heard, homie. We don't give a fuck where you at, homie. Ain't nobody crashing, homie. You niggas wanna be bloggers and podcasters, but you niggas wanna bait street niggas in. That ain't what we do in Detroit, homie. I think you might gotta move to LA or Dallas or something. You did. Go be the next Charleston or the next Wack. We don't condone that in Detroit, homie. Ain't nobody trying to go big off of another nigga drama down here, homie. We hustling down here. Man, can't no Pontiac nigga speak on Detroit business. We don't give a fuck what you...
Okay, so pretty much he says can't nobody from Pontiac speak on Detroit business, and he says if there's people who's speaking down either on him or I guess the cities, like, yo, you got to move to Dallas or LA if you want to be Wack100 or Charleston White. Some people felt like he was talking to you. I was confused because I felt like anytime I've heard you publicly speak about 42, you spoke quite highly of him. Could you explain to me what's going on or what went left?
So this is what I'm gonna say, Ak.
Yeah.
This was my official statement that it is that sometimes people who operate in the same space, they have disagreements with each other.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't see things eye to eye.
Yeah.
I've had some disagreements with Dugg. I've had disagreements with Peasy. I've had disagreements with several people. But I've always been a defender of all things Detroit. I've always been a defender of him when he got into it with Wack, when Wack was saying what he said about the whole with the all said thing. That was me arguing with Wack for 2 months about trying to defend Dugg and trying to defend the honor of the city of Detroit. So sometimes things get crossed, wires get crossed. It is what it is, man. I'm not finna use your platform to try to dig at them niggas. It is what it is, man. I don't have no problem with Dugg. I don't have a problem with none of them motherfuckers. It is what it is. Sometimes motherfuckers have disagreements, and sometimes motherfuckers don't get along. It is what it is. But I've always defended Detroit. I've always defended Detroit's artists like Dugg and T Grizzly with no problem. And I put myself on the line to defend the entire city of Detroit. If you got motherfuckers who feel like that I can't speak for Detroit, well, hey, listen, you don't get to determine that. There's nothing you can do about it because I started urban podcasting in the city of Detroit. It was me. Before me, it was
Is he
none.
talking about you with the Pontiac? Are you from Pontiac?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Pontiac. I moved to Detroit when I was 15 years old.
Okay. So it's but I guess your official word is that you're not going to use this platform to disrespect him or respond and throw more mud at it. You're just going to double down on the fact that you are you've been a positive voice in Detroit.
I'm the most dangerous voice in Detroit. Period. There is no other me. You ain't heard of no other me.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So my thing is, I mean, I'll talk to you off the record. You know, we can chop it up. But I mean, you have one of the biggest platforms in the world when it comes to content, bro. So I don't want to exacerbate a problem, and I don't want to use this platform to kind of like. I know that the chat would love to hear the gory details about this shit, man. But I ain't gonna do that because I'm an OG. So when it comes to this, I mean. You can go to my Instagram and I said what I said. I stand on what I said. I'm going to always defend myself, but I ain't finna get on this platform, not your platform, and use that.
Respectable and fair enough, by the way. But I will say I noticed that, you know, you operate a little bit shrewd, but I could tell what you care about more is the representation of the city more than just getting attention. I do like that. A quick update before I ask you about something else. You know, they say you're the only person that supposedly had Wack stumped for any period of time.
That's what they say?
Yeah, well, that's what they said. They felt like in the back and forth with Wack, you're the only person um, that has kind of challenged him and kind of got him in a place where they felt like maybe you outdid him a second. What's your takeaway from that? You know, obviously you guys kind of went back and forth over the T Grizzly stuff. What's your views on that in the aftermath?
I don't like Wack 100 at all. I don't like the way he operates. I don't like the way that he has used his power and influence. I don't like it. And I want to, this is what I do want to do if you allow me. I want to challenge Wack to a boxing match.
Really?
I want to challenge Wax to a boxing match because I don't like the way he operate. We about the same age. We about the same size, about the same weight. It should be no problem with that. He got that mouth. Every time I see him get into it, he got his ass whooped. I want to officially challenge
Wack is notable for saying he liked to squabble till the knockout.
Listen, we can do it with gloves, without gloves, MMA gloves. We can do whatever. I officially challenge Wack.
Oh shit.
To a boxing match because ain't no sense in us keep on arguing back and forth with this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes men gotta just step up and handle their business.
So you saying that you would do it on Aiden Ross's brand risk? You know, Wack said he put shit to bed. I gotta be honest. Like we've heard this a lot.
Academics. You can't convince him to get no ring with me.
Chat, what y'all think?
We didn't argue 400 times. It's time to let's see what's really happening.
No, I'm seeing it split. I'm seeing it split. Some people say call Wack, call Aiden. Well, I think we would have to get Wack to agree in principle first, right? I think Aiden, if Aiden will trust me, like, hey, listen, people gonna watch this, so he'll trust me on that. We gotta. I think Wack don't turn down fades, like, you know.
Hey, listen,
if he could get to the person.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, bro. I'm being absolute. You can look at my face. I'm being absolutely 100% candid and open and honest with you. I will beat the fuck out of Wack, bro. I'm challenging Wack on your show.
Is it over the T Grizzly thing or just in general?
Say what?
Is it over the T Grizzly accusation or in general?
It's everything. It's everything for how he set up that whole Big U shit, how he handling this goofy ass nigga baby shooter, all the shit he does, all the shit he says, how he sits behind the scenes and he works motherfuckers like pieces on the chessboard to his own advantage. And mind you, I ain't mad at him about that. Because if you can get some lowbrow, stupid, ignorant ass motherfuckers and you can use them to your own benefit, you're supposed to do that. If you can get them to your dirty work so you ain't got to get your hands dirty, you're supposed to do that. But at the same time, I don't like how he operate, and I'm officially challenging him, period. Simple as that. Put it together. Call Aiden. Call whoever. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
He's not going to step in that ring with me.
Chat, what do y'all think? You think we could make this happen, chat?
And I'll make you a personal side bet. I'll make you a personal side bet.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't side bet on this because I want to be fair. But you know, Wack does tell me, like, you know, he pushed shit to bed. You know, there's a couple.
It should be easy then. It should be easy for him then.
There's a couple like events where we seen him kind of get into a fight that was seen on camera. Him versus he squabbled two white dudes. He knocked out Stitches. You know, Wack in impromptu street fights. He's undefeated.
Who are those people? Who are we talking about here? We ain't talking about no niggas. He been in prison. I've been in prison. He been in the street. I've been in the street.
That's true.
He from Tacoma. I'm from Pontiac originally.
Okay.
He from Tacoma originally. So it could be Tacoma versus Pontiac. Now I tighten his ass up on my mama.
Hey, speaking of which, as you know, you mentioned Pacoima and Pontiac, and it rings in my mind. Wack saying, you know, he gave his opinion on this whole Pooh, Shiesty and Gucci thing, and he says as long as he's from the P and he reps the P and is friends with P, he can't call Gucci a particular word, or he's not gonna look at it a certain way. What's your thoughts about this Gucci man and Pooh Shiesty situation?
My thoughts are, it's simple. Hey, listen, Gucci man he's lived his entire professional life as the in facto king of the gangster shit in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. He should have been able to read the tea leaves. He should have been able to gauge the temperature. You know you're dealing with motherfuckers who haven't been groomed and haven't been trained and haven't been A&R'd in the traditional sense of music. You know you're taking
Definitely haven't been media trained. You know, like, they used to do that with artists.
Hey, listen. So the whole thing is, Gucci, you Akademiks, Gucci can never, ever. I'm not saying crash out.
Yeah.
There are legal remedies to address everything. And if you're asking me who is the brain dead motherfucker in this whole equation, it is Pooh, Shiesty, and his whole crew. Why would you risk your life and your freedom? You're signed to Gucci, but you're really signed to Atlantic. If there's really an issue, you know the music business. If there's really an issue, and if y'all was really at an impasse like that, all you had to do was go to, and it's rumors that he had understanding with Gotti too. Gotti could have easily went on his behalf to Atlantic and brokered some type of deal to free him up, because Gucci really just wanted the money. He could have handled that in a different way. It's unfortunate that it had to happen like that, but Gucci dead ass motherfucking wrong, bro. And then, listen, not only is Gucci wrong for what he did, but god damn, you the first nigga in the history of hip hop to make a rat diss song. How you gonna make a new player alert? new player alert. You made a rat diss song on the Zaytoven beat?
Oh man.
I'm wondering if Zaytoven was sitting in the studio bobbing his head as Gucci was ratting all throughout that goddamn song.
Yeah, I heard it came from a beat pack. I heard Zay sent over a beat pack a while ago. He just picked a song.
Of course, he gonna say that now because he don't want to acknowledge that he knew the dog was using a beat to drop the most historical rat diss track in the history of hip hop.
Let me ask you a question. Like, I think this is a year where I've given advice to Atlanta. I think Atlanta got to go back to the snap, pop, and crackle era where they used to do the dances. They got to get back to the fun stuff because Atlanta kind of went from the dancing stuff, the fun stuff, the melodies, to the gangster stuff a lot. And then now we're seeing all of the supposed gangsters get exposed.
So watch this, Ad.
Do you think it's bad luck? Do you think it's just bad luck and the luck of the draw? Or do you think it's an Atlanta thing? Because some people have told me this could happen to any region. This could happen to Detroit. It could be all the Detroit rappers getting exposed like this.
Could be. So watch this. So this is what happened. What happened is that when Atlanta took control of the hip hop scene, when they took control of black entertainment as a whole, especially the hip hop scene, what happened is that the street niggas took a back seat to the rappers. The rappers started to bring in hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, and they started to use that money to buy influence and to buy status. So the streets were overtaken by the rappers because the rappers had the money, they had the cars, they had the clothes, they had the hoes, they had the jewelry, and they had the access. They were flying all over the fucking world, right? So the street niggas took a back seat and allowed these rappers to represent themselves as if they were the actual kings of Atlanta. But they were never the kings of Atlanta. Atlanta got some real steppers down there. Those rappers do not represent the streets of Atlanta. And what happened was the street niggas was so busy trying to get some money, they wasn't paying attention to all them rappers and all them outrageous, outlandish claims of being the king of the A and the king of the zone and all that other kind of shit. They let the niggas do that shit. They wasn't worried about them niggas. But what happened when shit started to fall apart, then that you have to take and you have to accept what y'all allowed to happen.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that, because we always heard Zone 6 Goo Wop. We heard about this guy was doing it like that in that part of Atlanta. Do you think that Atlanta pulled off the biggest, fallacy and trickery of the audience to have us think that, that's where all of these super tough, and maybe we're just talking about the rappers, these guys were so super solid. And now it feels like in the span of 2 years, it's like one by one, they're all getting exposed. It's like, who's next?
I mean, so listen, it's a domino effect. That's exactly what it is. It all started with the whole YFE and YSL thing. It collapsed, and then we learned shit that we didn't even want to know. Right, a lot of shit that we learned in the YSL trial, that shit shocked the conscience of everybody in the culture. It is what it is. But these kind of, like you said earlier, these kind of things can happen anywhere. It can happen in Detroit. It can happen in Houston. It can happen in LA. It can happen in Miami. It can happen when the streets allow the rappers to present themselves, to represent themselves as if they are the kings of the streets, knowing they really have never been tested. And knowing that if there was a test, they ain't do shit. They sent their underlings and their homeboys and their pounds to do it.
Nah, but Gucci did kill a nigga, man. A nigga ran up on Gucci, yo. He put Pookie Loke in the ground.
And he also told the whole goddamn world that Jeezy set him up. So Gucci been ratting on shit. This ain't nothing new.
Was that ratting?
Hey, listen, when you giving clues to why something happened, right? I mean, he defended himself. So I don't look at him defending himself and say, hey, listen, I killed the nigga because the nigga tried to rob me. I don't look at that as ratting. Because what you supposed to say? It's a dead body right here. We know you was in the house, right? So it was cool for him to say that. But when he started talking about Jeezy did it and Jeezy set him up and Jeezy lined him up, he tried to draw Jeezy into the conspiracy of it. That's what he tried to do. That was wrong. Now, if between him and Pookie Loke, listen, Pookie Loke dead. Pookie Loke can't tell no motherfucking story, respectfully. So he wasn't wrong. Because if you get into a situation like that and somebody dead, right, you're not no rat for saying, okay, he tried to rob me, he tried to attack me, so I defended myself. That ain't ratting. Yeah. That's not what he's being held accountable for. The shit that people are saying wasn't right is that when he provided additional commentary by trying to drag trying to drag Jeezy in it, and Jeezy wasn't there. Jeezy, okay. He could know that Jeezy did it. He can think that Jeezy did it, but in the situation where you get a dead body right there, you was never supposed to put Jeezy's name in that shit because Jeezy wasn't there. Now, if Jeezy was there and he shot and killed Pookie Loke and he shot Jeezy, yeah, they tried to rob me. I took care of my business. It's self-defense. It is what it is. That's not ratting.
Yeah, right now it looks like, so all the Atlanta rappers, they're all getting exposed. The only ones that ain't get exposed yet, Offset, he didn't tell. By the way, even in the little TJ situation, he didn't tell. That's why TJ's not arrested for a shooting, or no one is arrested for a shooting. He didn't tell. 21 Savage, solid as they come. He's good. And then who else? Future, even though I think Future don't really like.
He don't be on that.
He don't be on that type of shit. But at least he's not like getting exposed.
I love Savage because Savage is the one who acknowledged.
Yeah.
That they were covering up all that rat shit down there. So we thought it, we knew it, but when Savage tweeted, we knew for a fact that they had been covering up all the shit they've been criticizing other motherfuckers for doing.
Savage he's too logical. Like, I always wondered, like, me and Savage, we're really close now. But I always wondered if we go back to the ignorant Savage, because Savage used to be robbing niggas. Honestly.
Yes, he did.
He used to be robbing niggas, honestly.
He like that now. We ain't saying he ain't like that. He like that.
But here's the thing. This is what I'm asking. Usually street niggas who do shit like that, they're not logical. What I've realized about with Savage, even when we watched the whole Young Thug, Lil Baby, Savage, especially when them jail calls came out, even with the Gunna thing, Savage kept being logical to Thug. He kept having logic. And usually with street niggas, logic is not the thing that comes out.
Yeah, that's because 21 Savage is not the typical street nigga. 21 Savage, he comes from good stock. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even get to the UK shit. But just in general, 21 Savage has always been a thinker. He's always... So when he did the Big Bank interview, Bank asked him, since when you started commenting on this kind of shit? You've always been a to-yourself-ass nigga. Since when did you jump into the fire with this shit? You know what I'm saying? And he received a lot of ridicule, a lot of criticism, because he's normally reserved and quiet, and he don't get into all the goofy-ass shit. Even though he has spanked some shit, he don't be getting into all that.
Yeah.
Shit like that. We don't look at him like that. We look at him like he a YSL Don. You know what I'm saying? We don't look at Savage like that. I think Savage should just manage his own motherfucking business, bro.
I told him the same thing. I told Savage as a friend, I said, Savage, I think you should mind your business. I said, if the only rumor about you right now is that whatever, you have going on with your beautiful Queen Lotto, that's a good rumor for you. Stay out of this other stuff.
Yeah. Stay out of that shit.
This other stuff is messy. Could Gucci, in your mind, come out and make some more gangster music?
In the world we live in right now, academics. See, the only people who really care about ratting and snitching is black people, bro. White people rat and snitch on each other all the time. And listen, we the only one holding each other to these standards, man. But the standard is really a fake standard because, bro, every city, in every major urban city in the country, there are people who have told on shit and will still step on your ass. Period. No, in every hood, in every state where you have black people, there are somebodies who motherfuckers know have told on somebody, sent niggas to jail, but they still get motion, they still get money, they still get plugs, and they still got niggas who gonna ride and die for them. So the rats are the biggest gangsters right now, because you fuck with the rats, they gonna click up, and they gonna spank your ass. The rats get all the power, because listen, gangster rats run the hood. They'll tell on you, and they'll spank you.
That's a fact. But you don't think it's like hypocritical though, because I feel like there was a time hip hop used to say those type of people we don't like, but I think gangster rap is having a hard time explaining. Hey, they can't explain the pick and choose, but they can't explain it feels like something they can't explain. So a lot of people are quiet. Like, how do you explain this stuff?
I get it. Money, power, access. That's how we explain it.
Okay.
When Lil Boosie was asked on Vlad about QCP, Lil Boosie has been very vocal about who a rat, who is a rat, who ain't a rat. His whole career on Vlad TV is about exposing who he thinks is a celebrity rat or a hip hop rat. So when he said, "Oh, I ain't heard about QCP, I don't know nothing about that shit," and then your homeboy Wack he's the king of picking and choosing. Because don't forget, he wasn't calling BG a rat at first until BG crossed Birdman. He wasn't calling Thug a rat at first until Thug came out with Pee Wee Roscoe and went to talking that shit and went to popping it. When he went to popping it, then that's when Wack activated on Thug and started calling Thug a rat. So Wack gonna pick and choose. QCP is a diabolical goddamn rat. Wack won't say he a rat at all.
Hey, buddy, are we all in the pick and choose era? Like,
yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes, we are. If we friends with a motherfucker, if we can get benefit from somebody, if we can gain some type of access or monetary gain, that ain't nothing new though.
Hey, by the way, and you know what? I had said that about Atlanta. I was just like, I thought rather than go with this fuck the street movement, Atlanta should have said, hey, listen, we love Thug. And whatever y'all saying Thug did, we're not going to call him what y'all want us to call. That's our friend. Thug gave me my first feature. If that's the case, Thug gave me this. Because we're all picking and choosing, right? You know, if it's someone that you don't know or someone that, you know, you'd be like, no, that's the rat. But if it's your guy, no, that's not a rat. That's
So listen. If it's somebody that you know or love or can benefit from or gain some access off of or through, motherfuckers gonna make every justification in the world to justify why they still dealing with that person. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. This is nothing new. So let's get past this is new shit. This is not new. And this is not exclusive to this generation. This shit, they learned it from somewhere. It's always been the case. This is not nothing new. You from the East Coast. There's been plenty of East Coast rats.
Hey, by the way, shout out to my man Wayno. Everybody know Wayno from Everyday Struggle. I used to do with him.
Yeah, I fuck with Wayno commentary. I watch Wayno.
Wayno says, you got to bring up Alpo. He was wilding in Harlem after he told. He was moving around like it was paid in full days.
Yeah, he absolutely was up to a nigga knocked his noodles out. Yeah, it's true.
So let me ask you, isn't this like, because I think fans are still a little bit shell-shocked by, they're thinking that once someone get labeled this thing, everyone's going to try to hurt him. No one's going to try to talk to him. And I think 6ix9ine was a good example. It felt like, or maybe nobody heard him, but like, or at least, you know, the rappers, but nobody wanted to associate with them. Do you think the current day rapper who probably get exposed for this, you know, people might not like, do you think people are not going to do music with Gucci?
No, I don't think that. You know why? I'm going to give you a perfect example. After Boston Richie got exposed by 1090J, that was like the ultimate form of confirmation. No, 1090J can put a nail in your coffin if he want to, right? At least through in the hip hop, to those who subscribe to what he does, right? Boston Richie got exposed and went on to become the biggest rapper in the world.
He had
When
them
you
hits,
went
though.
to any club, because what he did was he switched from the gangster shit and he started with the female music.
Oh, he know
He
how to make
started
some
the
songs about
heavy
some
trick
bitches,
shit.
man.
The heavy trick shit.
Can
He
you
went into a
help
heavy
me?
trick bag.
Oh, man.
Listen, Mom, listen. The biggest gangsters in the world was riding around listening to that shit and playing it. When the club came on, when it came on the club went up.
Well, all right. Well, I'll throw one different at you, right?
They discriminated against 6ix9ine because 6ix9ine Puerto Rican, bro.
Okay.
They discriminated against him.
You know what? I actually want to challenge. I'm gonna get 6ix9ine number. By the way, chat. 6ix9ine changes number since he always changes his number. I think he thinks Fed's always tapping him, even though T cooperated. Anyway, chat. I actually disagree with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine keeps saying, "Oh, they only did this to me because I was Puerto Rican." Now, I don't think it's because he wasn't black. I think number one, people didn't like him because they never thought he was authentic, and number two, he was the first. He was the first that broke the mold, and I felt like it was a confirmation of everybody else being gangster by saying and taking a stance against him, right?
Well, now we know. Now we know for absolute fact. So I want to challenge. I want to push back on what you just said a little bit because they used him as a test dummy. They used him as the ultimate example. He fell on the sword for everybody in hip hop because now we know through 21 Savage's acknowledgement that long before we even knew who Danny was, they're saying that all these Atlanta rappers was rats.
Oh yeah, no, that was bad. That was bad. Yeah, no, you're right.
So
you're
the same people who labeled him as a rat, they were covering up for rat shit the whole time. That's his point. And that's a valid point for him to make. Whether you agree with what 6ix9ine did or not, he has a point. Whether they're going to acknowledge it or accept it, probably not, because he is the first mainstream artist to ever get crushed down like that. But he ain't the first motherfucking rapper that rat it, bro.
Let me ask you this question. I've had you on for a while, so by the way, thank you for your time, and I really appreciate you. I'm just kind of wrapping up here, but what do you think? You know, so for me, I've been kind of having this like conversation about what street rap looks like. So here is a landscape that I'm looking at, and I want you to break it down your way. So I'm looking at it like this, where I think with the internet, things are so transparent that the fans are buying into people. Like, for example, I think if Shiesty Beat the Situation drops a song, it's going through the moon because people could verify some of the things you're saying. The idea of like kind of like just saying stuff that's unverifiable is out the window. You have 1090 Jake, you have these documentarians on YouTube. They're gonna really let you know, hey, these guys, they got a reputation in their city, this, that, and third. Now, that's one part of it. The second part of it is like this whole cooperation thing. I don't know if hip hop and the people who are making street music, especially if they've been caught up in this cooperation thing, how do you remedy that, especially with the fans being so much in tune? If you're accused of this or whatever the case is, you can't just come out and just rap like it's nothing. I think there's a believability thing where the fans are going to see through it and say, no, Gucci, you can't rap about I'm a fucking gravedigger. Like, no, you're cooperating. How do you think street rap continues beyond this point?
Well, none of this is new, Ak. It's just with the advent of social media, with everybody having phones in their hands and everybody turning against each other and exposing each other, we're just not finding out about it. But none of this shit is new. This is not new to hip hop. It's just like homosexuality is not new to hip hop. We just didn't know it because we didn't have a lens to look into the lives of our favorite hip hop artists. This ratting and snitching and doing shit that's against the street code, it is not new. And we know it's not new when you look at how people are doing it with such absolute ease. They don't care. Gucci went into the studio and said, I ain't finna drop a diss record that's a rat. Bro.
They say it's a medication, though. He's on some powerful meds.
I didn't give a fuck about nobody else's opinion on this except yours. When I saw you go talk about this shit.
And by the way, it's not even like I have like, again, what Gucci did is what I would do, but for everything that Gucci has represented his career, it felt like it was almost like you finding out that Superman was just a character the whole time. It was just like, hey, he's you. and you bought into this whole image of him, but that was never him.
But watch this though, Act. So listen, whoever said them niggas was the realest niggas? A lot of these motherfucking images and a lot of these
we read a lot of stories, right? We read a lot of stories. Gucci was about to catch a fade in the mall. Gucci tweeted at Gotti and was like, no, he tweeted that, he pulled up on Rocco after the thing and he was about to get busy. Gucci this, Gucci that. There's a long list of tales about Gucci that made people think when it comes to street dudes, this is one of the guys who, number one, he's taken little, if any else, he's always standing on business, and people, when they listen, because here's the thing, and I always hate when people say, why do, say people like me, the squares care about the if people are authentic or not. Because the reality is this, like Gucci Mane to me is an average rapper, but based on his image, his music means more even when he's saying simple shit.
True.
Right?
That's true.
He's not a wordsmith. He's not the most catchiest rapper, but the idea of this is the ice cream cone guy who fucking stands on business. He's pressed this. He's made a song. Told him I'll go dig your partner up. Yo, T.I., you see me over here with a black 4/5. He's rapped in a way that we said, hey, his life seems congruent. We're not saying it got to match accurately every single thing, but we felt the image of what he portrayed and what he was saying were congruent. It made the music sound better.
That's all true. So listen, his image and all the antics surrounding him were always larger than the music that he made. So that's a true point. And the world is shocked because the last person we ever expected, well, not me, because I saw what he said about the whole Pookie Loc thing, right? And so there are clues in his history, despite all of the getting in trouble. Most of that shit that Gucci got into was some dumb, goofy ass shit. It wasn't no mafia shit. It was fighting in the mall and getting caught with a pistol. That wasn't no straight down. Listen, motherfuckers got Atlanta fucked up, bro. Motherfuckers looking at what the rappers do and all the shit they be saying, and they think that's Atlanta. Bro, there's a dark side to Atlanta that would spank your ass, that would make your ass disappear, bro. So all this shit that Gucci got into, it was always some dumbass crackhead, dope fiend ass shit. It was like some old dirty bastard ass goofy shit. Nobody took that shit serious. When you take the Pookie Loc shit off the table, what that shit was really some clown ass shit. And he was forced to do this Pookie Loc shit. He was forced to do that shit. Yeah.
So okay. So you kind of look at it different.
Yeah. When you take the Pookie Loc shit off the equation, off the table, then look, what did he really do? Fighting and bunch of high school ass shit. That shit wasn't no genuine upper level ass gangster shit. That wasn't no motherfucking Pee Wee Longway ass shit. Gucci a long way away from Pee Wee Longway. You hear me?
Wow. Dawgface, man. Did I miss anything? Again, I owed you like several calls. I'm glad to have you on here.
Man, you don't owe me a motherfucking thing.
Well, I look at it like this, right? I look at it like this. I owe the audience to get the story right, to get the people that are closest to these stories. Remember back in the day, I did what's called the War in Chirac, and I had put a significant amount of time trying to figure out like what was going on in Chicago. But in the reality where I'm at now, I'm so fortunate. We have the best audience, the biggest audience in the world. It's not only, and also I'm not no hater. So for me, I like to find the nigga who knows the shit that's going on. I don't want to speak on Detroit when I'm probably only going to see a headline or two. I don't know exactly every rapper. So I need to go call a nigga where if I call him and say, yo, what's happening to D? You going to give me the full breakdown of how Detroit niggas is moving, how it's happening. And also, I need people like you. And chat, listen, we giving a W or L to my man Dawgface. I think we got Wack for LA. We need somebody from Detroit. I think we need somebody from Philly. And we definitely need somebody from like Houston, maybe even Dallas. And we definitely need somebody from Florida. We got to have other people with other voices that help me out. Because if we're going to look at what I do in terms of, having the news and having everybody represented, again, I'm fortunate enough where I'm a solo voice that people love hearing, but I want to get the accurate information. So if I got somebody on the ground that know the shit, that's who I want to talk to.
So let me say this before I go, bro. Shout out to you, shout out to chat. You don't owe me a motherfucking thing. And listen, for a motherfucker to get called up to Akademiks, that is goals for any content creator, any podcaster, any streamer. They can't fuck with Akademiks. Period.
Thank you, brother. And by the way, again, I said I owed you because I don't like covering, I've covered stuff where people are talking about you. I like to give the other side a chance to respond. Because our platform is supposed to be open source, right? The people are going to gravitate to who they gravitate. I'm seeing a lot of W's. They're rocking with you in there.
Yeah, before we go, I challenge Wack on your platform to a boxing match. You can do it. You can do Aiden Ross. You can do celebrity boxing.
I'm gonna call him up. Yo, chat. We need a poll. Do you think Wack is gonna accept? Suppose he says he accepts, but he gotta be bare knuckles in the hood. No actual ring.
Listen, whatever. However, look, we whatever. Put that breed up. Have Aiden. We can do the first Aiden's first hood block fight. Oh, we can rope it off and do the first hood bare knuckle block fight. We can do whatever. We can do it in the ring. And listen, no matter how it go, he gonna get punished. No matter how it go, he gonna get back down. Now, no matter how it go, when he feel this motherfucking fist, he gonna back up and think about it.
Dawgface, thank you, man. By the way, chat, they gave you a lot of W's, and I could tell, they appreciate your insight. Thank you for calling. Thank you for representing Detroit. I could tell you'll be a frequent member on here because they like your insight. I've seen a lot of positive reviews from it. So thank you, brother.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
All right, thanks, bro. That was good, right? That was good, chat. We had a pretty good long talk, wasn't it? Pretty long talk, but that was good. That was good. Chat, what y'all doing? I know I told y'all I was trying to give y'all some entertainment. I know y'all getting ready. Your girl in the next room listening to Little Baby. Mrs. Trendsetter. It's okay. You waiting. You playing the video game. I'm in the background. You waiting to go out with her. Just remember, before you leave the house. By the way, chat, did I tell y'all? I think that this summer is gonna be a summer for the ages. I want to give everybody this advice. Everybody, hip hop artists, non-hip hop artists. This is just personal situations. I think this is going to be a spicy summer. Don't ever think you're taking an L by choosing not to escalate. Don't ever think you're taking an L if you feel you're going somewhere and it's not safe and you need to bring a weapon. Don't ever think you're taking an L by you not crashing out. This is the summer we're going to see a lot of people go to jail and a lot of people get killed. Don't be one of those people. Be smart. Rather they call you pussy than they call you taxstone. Trust me. Be smart. Okay? You've seen everybody running into each other. Everybody love being outside. Everybody going to the same spots. And everybody been online arguing for years. Everybody's trolling each other. And there's a couple of people. Oh, and some people owe niggas money. Niggas owe niggas money. Niggas might be on their little TJ timing. Just be careful. I've been telling every rapper, I don't know why I get that feeling. I get that feeling that rappers running into each other, rappers getting shot, rappers shooting at other rappers, crews getting into it, fights, drama is only getting started. Don't ever feel that you being a bitch by saying, man, I ain't finna go to that club. Man, I know a couple bad bitches and a couple niggas that I trust. We about to just have some shit at this B&B. We gonna keep it local, keep it with people we know. This year, I'm telling you, I don't know why I got that feeling. All the bullshit's starting to happen. All the bullshit's starting to happen. Everybody's crashing out. Everybody living great productive lives. But right about now, this is where all the bullshit happens. And we're going to keep having these stories where it's saying, damn, nigga, like, why'd you crash out like that? It's okay. And that goes even for me. I'm making very wise decisions. You know what? Okay, should I go here? Should I go there? Cool. Maybe yes, maybe not. Making sure you're moving the right way. Also, not letting your ego fuck you up. Also, not being able to quote unquote take a L. Somebody say something to you. You got to go fight them. You got to go. You pulling weapons. None of that. I'm telling y'all, be safe. We're watching this. Y'all watching me cover it. A lot of this is ego. A lot of this is people dying over women. And you know how these chicks are. You in the hospital, your spine is pierced with all type of bullets. You can't even walk, and they'll still be online, still popping it, still antagonizing. Women usually serve no consequences. Be safe this summer. One of the reasons I'm also saying that, coming out, I live in New Jersey, it was a brutal winter. And when it comes to a brutal winter, it's like after COVID. Remember after COVID, people were stir crazy. They couldn't wait to get out. You seen how Houston was? That's going to be a preview of the summer. There's certain people, they can't wait to get out there. Wherever they from, they fucked up, they broke. Weather been bad, they come from whatever. They're going outside, and they're going outside sometimes with not the intention of coming back. Be safe. That's all I'm going to keep saying. Anyway, we're going to continue, but I do want to send that message to the people who listen to me. And I do say to all the rappers, it's not exciting and it's not fun hearing, I don't want to go back to a particular year, but we lost a lot of rappers in several months. We're trying to get better from that, but we're seeing the same cyclical thing happens. People who've been going back and forth, I'm telling you, this is the time they all run into each other this summer. Trust. Okay. All right. We had a good talk with our Dawgface. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Y'all good? Somebody said we got to make it to see GTA. GTA's coming out next year, right? Cool. All right, people. All right. Enough of this. Yo, this post was wild. I didn't even post it on my Instagram, and I got to post it. Jesus Christ. What type of timing is this guy on? Wow. Some of this is bad. Unfortunately, in hip-hop, you start to realize patterns. And in the pattern recognition, I feel like watching this post has 12,000 comments. 12,000 comments, chat, in 2 hours. It has 100,000 likes. We've seen this movie before. It does not end well. It does not end well, chat. It does not end well. People are grown men. One thing I'll say, I don't believe any of this will be at the blame or should be blamed on fans or anybody else. These are grown men making decisions. Vacation with J Prince. I'm writing up a caption. Yes, I write my own captions. All right.